Hey guys, this is Dr. John Michael Salvato, your organic living and peak performance coach, and you're watching another episode of Inner Alchemy, a show where we talk about the science of spiritual living. And on this show, we generally like to have guests on. This week is with the holidays coming up. Scheduling guests for this week and next week has been a real chore. Not something that has been very easy for folks to navigate. With their schedules and all of that. So I think for the next couple weeks, we may take a holiday hiatus. We'll take a look and see what scheduling looks like and what everything else looks like for the next week or two. But what I really wanted to do, and I'm noticing that the internet looks like it's really choppy today. So I apologize if this is not broadcasting clearly. Looks like we've got great bandwidth on this end, but we want to invite you guys. If you want to jump in on the conversation during any of these segments when I'm just flying solo, do that. Today, the topic is giving yourself permission, and the questions that I like to ask folks when I'm coaching them is, whose life are you living? Who's holding the pen that writes the story of your life? Though, of course, you'd love to believe that your life is fully your own. You might want to think about it, and you might want to ask yourself if you find yourself tiptoeing around the feelings of others or worrying about others' desires and others' needs before your own. See, in my life, I've realized that probably one of the best ways to look at giving myself permission is just learning to be kind to myself, learning to be more present to my needs, to forgive myself for my mistakes, large or small, to forgive others for any impact that seems to have had on me, and learn that I deserve to have the things that make me happy in my life guilt-free. It's about giving myself permission is also about taking 100% responsibility for my life. So when I recognize that I'm the creator of my life, I like to talk about this in terms of the Buddhist philosophy, which in the modern vernacular, I think you could state the fourfold the Four Noble Truths. You could state those as: shit happens. You're the reason shit happens. If you want shit to stop happening, let go. And the path to letting go is the Noble Eightfold Path. So taking that responsibility and saying, I'm the reason that these things happen in my life. I'm the reason for every experience that I've ever had. Something when I have an experience, it's either reflecting some chaotic data, some false beliefs, some fears, or old perceptions from the subconscious level, or it's an opportunity for me to let go and forgive something that I've done to myself in the past, or I've done to others in the past. And when you take that time to put the effort in, when you give yourself permission to create positive changes in your life, you're coming from a place of pure awareness. You can't make a decision that you're going to create a positive change in your life without being in touch with pure awareness. And that's your true nature. There are a lot of people who use a lot of other words, and religion, anthropomorphizes the concept of pure awareness and turns it into these external beings. But you are pure awareness. You are love incarnate, if you will, or thought incarnate. You are at your core, you're love and pure awareness. You're a system of an aggregate of systems and senses and things like that you identify as yourself. But what you're actually what your mind is actually doing is having an experience. And so when you take the time and you put in the effort and you give yourself permission to create these changes, you're coming from a place of pure awareness, and only good things can come from that pure awareness. So you have to accept that you have the control and all the power within you to make the choices that'll serve you best. And if you make choices that don't serve you well, then you make new choices. It's really that simple. So give yourself permission. The holidays can be a very difficult time for a lot of us. The holidays can be a very stressful time for many of us. And so I wanted to get on here today, since we haven't got any guests, I just wanted to share with you just briefly that if you give yourself permission to be in the moment, give yourself permission to create a new life, to put your needs first, It's not being selfish, because if you don't learn to drink as you pour, then you haven't got anything to give. So taking care of your needs first ensures that you're going to be able to be compassionate and caring and present to those who matter in your life. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have some of you on as guests. If you're watching this short broadcast and you would like to be a guest on Inner Alchemy to talk about some aspect of the science of spiritual living, whether that's talking about your own personal spiritual path, talking about healing and forgiveness, talking about some of the things that have really been turning points or game changers for you, then get in touch with me. You can reach me at prosperity.reinvented@gmail.com. Or you can reach me on Skype at John Michael, GIANMICHAEL.Salvato, SALVATO, on Skype. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know what's going on in your life. I'd love to hear about projects that have had a positive or powerful impact on you. I'd love to hear your questions. I'd love to hear what you want to see on this show in the future. So we're going to keep it short today. I hope this has been helpful. I encourage you to stay in the moment, to be grateful for everything that you've got. If you can't be grateful for what you have now, what makes you think you're going to be any happier with more? Be present, forgive yourself, love yourself, take 100% responsibility for your experiences. You're holding the pen that's writing the story of your life. And always remember, the best is yet to come. We'll talk soon.